Welcome to the City of Revere 2019 State of the City Address by Mayor Brian M. Arrigo. Please welcome the elected officials who represent the interests of the Commonwealth and the City of Revere. Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito. Speaker of the House of Representatives Robert DeLeo. Senator Joseph Boncory. State Representative Rosalie Vincent. Suffolk County District Attorney Rachel Rollins. City Council President Arthur Guanasso. City Council Vice President, Ward 4 Councilor Patrick Keefe. Councilor at Large Jessica Giannino. Councilor at Large Stephen Morabito. Councilor at Large Daniel Rizzo. Councilor at Large Anthony T. Zambudo. Ward 1 Councilor Joanne McKenna. Ward 2 Councilor Ira Novoselsky. Ward 5 Councilor John Powers. Ward 6 Councilor Charles Patch Sr. School Committee Member Susan Gravelisi. School Committee Member Stacy Rizzo. School Committee Member Carol A. Ty. School Committee Member Jerry Visconti. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing for the presentation of the colors presented by the Honor Guards of the Revere Fire Department, the Revere Police Department, and the Revere High School Army Junior ROTC Color Guard. Please join in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please welcome the Honorable Karen Polito, Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, to deliver the greetings from the Commonwealth.
Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. Please be seated. This is a wonderful night. I am so honored to be here at this beautiful elementary middle school and to be here with all of you for a celebration and the state of the city that will, in a few moments, just be delivered by Mayor Arrigo. I want to acknowledge my colleagues in government with the DA, Rachel Rollins. Great to be here with you, Representative Rosalie Vincent, Senator Boncory, and my good friend and colleague, Bob DeLeo, the Speaker of our House. It's really an honor to be with you. Davine, I'm thinking you have the night off with 2 children at home tonight. That's great. So many friends, Chief Bright, Chief Guido, great to be with you. Thank you to the Color Guard from the Fire Service and to the ROTC members. And I just want to say thank you to all of the elected officials here in the room, the city councilors, the school committee members that put their name out there on your ballot to serve this city, to make decisions and volunteer and put a whole lot of time and effort into that. And I think tonight we celebrate public service and all that comes into running a community and operating it and making decisions that really matter in the lives of the people here in this city who call Revere home. When you look around this room, you might see people who have lived here all their lives, some multiple generations, and some newer members of the community. And the underpinnings of all of this is that you need great, hardworking people to run a municipality that care deeply about it, not only for the people who live here today, but most importantly, to set it up for the future. I think it's very appropriate that you're here at one of your schools to celebrate the state of the city. I had the opportunity to meet a young woman. Her name is Maria. She was just great when she greeted me and looked beautiful and professional. She's graduating from your high school, and she has options for college. She's not sure which directions she's going to take, but she may major in political science. And she's already made some great decisions because she's interned at the mayor's office. She's interned at the speaker's office. And I said, you have one more office that you have to intern in, and that would be the office of the governor and lieutenant governor. So then we'll have that complete. I don't want to get into specifics about things. That's up to the mayor to talk about and highlight the great things that you're accomplishing here. But I would like to highlight sort of the how we do business here in this Commonwealth. In politics, we talk about it in terms of bipartisanship, the idea that Republicans and Democrats work together to get stuff done. And in Massachusetts, we have an abundance of that. And I think, and the governor thinks, that's a terrific thing, to be able to figure out how to work with people on both sides of the aisle, find common ground, roll up your sleeves, and get this stuff done for the people of this Commonwealth. And I just want to say how proud I am with my colleagues in state government, and what a pleasure it is to be able to work with them to get things done, not only for this city and this region of this Commonwealth, but for this entire Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I'd also like to kind of describe that as the Massachusetts way. That's just the way we do things around here. But I was also thinking about the way we do business at the state level is similar to the way you do business here in this city. And when you think about the leadership that you have in this community that's represented here in this room, and how you conduct yourselves as a community, not only to figure out how to balance your budgets and set policies and make decisions, but that you operate in a way that when other people outside of this city are thinking about investing their dollars, they think about, what's it like to do business in the city of Revere? If we go to City Hall, how is it going to be to get stuff done? And I have to say, you have done a phenomenal job and really setting the tone and creating an environment here that's very welcoming to your residents, but really welcoming to others to want to grow a business here, start a business up here, and think about the opportunities here in this city. I also want to say that I think it's really important, not only the leadership, but the planning that you're doing. When I think about your schools, I just read, because I do a lot of work on the STEM initiatives, that your school district is all in on what's called ST Math. This is a new program about how to educate kids in the elementary schools. There's only maybe a handful of communities in the Commonwealth that's all in on that, and Revere is one of them. The fact that you are thinking about your economic development for the large-scale opportunities that you have and the larger sites, but also thinking about connecting people with skills and opportunities to find more jobs and opportunities right here in this city is truly a remarkable effort on your part. And I'd also like to just say the partnership with state government, and that's where I'm so grateful that when I first came into office with the governor, coming here to Revere and talking about the best practices program, you were one of the first municipalities to say there's always better strategies and best practices that we can incorporate into local government. And you decided that you were going to streamline the whole process for businesses and individuals that want to do business with the city online, and to be able to track it and make it more efficient for that to be done, and you took advantage of that. I also want to give a great credit to this leadership team at the state level, because we were able to recently pass a over $2 billion bond bill. And one of the initiatives that the Speaker and the Representative and Senator focused on quite intently for this community was to be more resilient to climate change. I remember not too long ago standing with the Speaker and the others announcing grants right here in Revere to certainly fortify the coastal assets that you have, being the first in the nation, beachfront, if you will, public beach. That's an important attribute that you have, but you need to protect it. And to be able to make those kinds of announcements right here with all of you was particularly meaningful, but a great opportunity to highlight the strength of this delegation and the partnership that we all have together. But as I think about tonight, I just want to put into context that this is a night to reflect the values and the hardworking people that are here in this community that care so much about the future of Revere. And while it's great that you have a strong mayor who cares deeply about this community, not only because he graduated from high school here and his roots are here, and he's the father of 2 young boys who are growing up through the system here, but that he cares deeply about you, and he cares deeply about the next generation of people who will call Revere home. And that, to me, is what really sums up why many of you have chosen to serve this community in an elected or volunteer capacity, or you've chosen to be part of the municipal workforce here that shows up at City Hall to do the work, whether you're in the building department or in public safety or the Board of Health. These jobs are so important to the quality of life for the people who live here. And frankly, tonight is a great celebration because you've really set the bar high as a municipality, and it's one that certainly other communities can strive to get to reach the standards that you have set and to embrace the values that are so evident here in this community. It's a real honor for Governor Baker and I to work alongside of all of you as municipal leaders and with our state leaders to continue to make Massachusetts such a great place to live, to work, and to raise a family. God bless you all, and God bless the great mayor of the city of Revere, Mayor Arrigo.
The mayor of the city of Revere, Brian M. Arrigo.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I want to start by thanking all of you for being here tonight, especially my wife, Davine. My boys, Joseph and Jack, are home, but I want to thank my mom, Paula, for being here tonight. And all of my friends and family. Without their support and encouragement, I would never be standing here as a mayor of this great city. While I have the privilege to deliver tonight's remarks, I know our city's success is a team effort, achieved in partnership with dedicated public officials. And so I extend a warm welcome and my gratitude to Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito, Speaker of the House Robert DeLeo, and our state delegation, Senator Boncory and Representative Rosie Vincent. Mrs. Speaker, I believe you have 10 years coming up as being Speaker, so congratulations on that great accomplishment. I also want to welcome Suffolk County District Attorney Rachel Rollins, City Council President Arthur Guinazzo, and the Revere City Council. Superintendent Dr. Diane Kelly, and the members of the Revere School Committee. Police Chief Jim Guido and Fire Chief Chris Wright. I'd also like to welcome members of the clergy who are here tonight with us. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for working with us throughout the year. To the employees of the City of Revere, thank you for your dedicated effort that you bring to work every day. Thank you to the many volunteers who fill important roles in our city, and to all the people of Revere, thank you for the trust and privilege you have vested in me. I also want to welcome one special guest that we have with us tonight, Jaden Wixon. Jaden's a second grader at the Hill School, and he probably doesn't know this, but he actually helped write tonight's speech. A couple of months ago, Jaden won a charity drawing. Wasn't much of a prize. He won lunch with the mayor. Jaden came to City Hall and sat with me for over an hour as we ate our turkey sandwiches. Good, right? Jaden asked a lot of questions about what it was like to be the mayor of our city. He was curious about how things worked. He wondered if I worried about people and the different ways that I could help them. He said he thought it was cool to be the mayor. Preparing this address gave me the chance to reflect on where we were 3 years ago, to consider what we had accomplished since then, and to think about the bright future that lies ahead. I realize that Jaden embodies all that makes the demanding work of running a city so worthwhile. Jaden personifies all that is good about our city and our future. His questions and comments underscored both the privilege and the responsibility that come with being mayor. So, Jaden, yes, it is cool to be the mayor of a vibrant city. It is cool to see our city grow and to lead an administration committed to our city's prosperity. It is cool on nights like tonight when I get to deliver good news. So tonight, I am pleased to report that the state of our city is strong. At last year's State of the City address, I talked about some of the achievements from our first couple of years in the mayor's office. I cited the effort to increase staffing and improve the assets of our police, fire, and public works departments. And I praised the accomplishments of our school district. I even expressed a hope that maybe, just maybe, 2018 would be the year that we take our first step to building a new Revere High School. Though much had been accomplished, I concluded last year's address with one simple message: we are not done. With the support and the cooperation of our City Council and our school committee, we continued Revere's progress. Now, in 2019, our city is thriving. Economic development that has advanced from the planning stages to active construction sites of new hotels and businesses that will bolster our commercial tax base. Our Department of Public Works and the Water and Sewer Department, with additional staff and new equipment, work smarter and with better results. And the plans are advancing on a long overdue, state-of-the-art DPW facility. A new ladder truck just arrived at Central Fire Station a few weeks ago, and we have made progress toward a fire station in the Point of Pines. The ranks of our police and fire continue to grow. Doing business with the city has become easier. Our 311 constituent services line has expanded, and more residents have utilized its convenience. And finally, in December, we received the wonderful news for which we had waited years. The Massachusetts School Building Authority announced its initial approval of the city's bid for a new Revere High School. This happens when people work together, synchronized toward the common goal of fulfilling Revere's tremendous potential. This will continue to happen as we work toward a Revere known for professionalized city services, a modern economy, and strong, lively neighborhoods that we are all proud to call home. When I took office, I believed that Revere operated with outdated practices that were inefficient and wasteful in modern times. So I commissioned an independent, comprehensive audit to dig deep into our finances. When that audit was completed last year, my beliefs were validated. The audit revealed nearly $2.2 million lying around in 86 different inactive accounts, some going back years. Fellow residents, I believe that single example largely symbolizes why we embarked on the new course that we have followed during these past 3 years. A course of foresight, progress, and modern tools. No longer does Revere simply plod along with the way things always were. We have sought out and implemented new and better ways to do business. Strong leadership means facing adversity when it arises and taking the steps to overcome it. One example is our parking department. After decades of neglect, old hand-me-down parking meters were an eyesore on Broadway and Shirley Ave, and most of them did not work. Inept collection efforts resulted in steadily declining amounts of parking revenue. Parking enforcement was inconsistent. In 2018, we overhauled the parking department. We invested in new equipment. We implemented efficient collection procedures, and parking revenue that had plummeted for years now averages more than $3,000 per week. But most important, we restored trust in the parking department. And now Revere can reap one of the benefits of the 2016 Municipal Modernization Act that Governor Baker, Lieutenant Governor Polito, and Speaker DeLeo guided through the legislature. We will be able to create a parking benefit district where parking revenue will be reinvested directly back into the district for improvements such as pedestrian safety measures, trees, benches, and lighting. Where we discover adversity, we deal with it, and we cut a path to progress. And again, I have a simple but clear message. We are still not done. Because progress is never done. And we must continue to think anew and accept challenges as opportunities. And we will continue to seek new endeavors that will build upon the sturdy foundation set during the past 3 years. Last April, the city achieved its highest bond rating in history. In raising Revere's bond rating to AA, Standard & Poor's said, and I quote, "We believe Revere's budgetary flexibility will likely remain very strong, with management's continuous efforts to reduce overspending and tighten expenditure control." My response to Standard & Poor's assessment, you're absolutely right. The kind of budgetary control that impressed Standard & Poor's resulted in Revere certifying $11.2 million in free cash in 2018. I pledged a portion of that money to the redesign and continued modernization of the Department of Public Works and our Water and Sewer Department. These departments affect the city's quality of life more than any other. In 2018 alone, they responded to over 23,000 service requests, the kind that crop up every day, from pothole repair to snow removal, water main breaks to clearing clogged storm drains. They maintain our streets and sidewalks and parks and public buildings, and they are among the first responders on call 24/7 to respond to disasters and emergencies. But over the course of many years, DPW and Water and Sewer always were slighted. Staff dwindled. They were relegated to a dilapidated facility that was a public embarrassment. We took the necessary steps to end the exile at DPW and Water and Sewer, and now these vital departments respond to the tens of thousands of requests with an increased labor force and equipment that works. Efficiency will improve as we implement new oversight and data management practices. To those employees who work in the extreme heat and bitter cold, who climb into the muddy ditches and dense weeds where they confront and correct consequences of aging infrastructure and institutional neglect, an incredibly grateful city says thank you. And we are not done. We devoted another portion of free cash funds directly toward our water and sewer rates. In June, I happily presented a $2 million check to our ratepayers, representing a 3% decrease in the city's water and sewer rates. That decrease represented the first rate reduction in 20 years. Though we still await certification from the state, we anticipate free cash in 2019 of approximately $9 million, the second highest amount in Revere's history, trailing only last year. And when that happens, we will commit the money to areas of need with the singular objective of a stronger, cleaner, and better Revere. Investment in our city is imperative. But as I hope everyone knows, I am a homeowner too. And so I realize the weight of taxes. That's why we are devoted to policies of prudent money management that keep our tax burden as low as legally possible, while making sure that we receive the best services our tax dollars can provide. At the start of my administration, I set goals to lower the cost of essential services for our residents. After 3 years of stringent budgetary policies, we were able, in 2018, to implement an owner-occupied real estate tax break that will save eligible seniors over $500 off their real estate tax bill. And we've added another bracket of discounts so that qualified seniors are eligible for up to 30% off their water and sewer bill. And we continue to work toward a residential tax exemption for all owner-occupied homes, but it's not easy. If it were, it would have been done years ago. But nothing worthwhile is ever easy, and we are willing to exert the effort to make it happen. Lowering the cost of essential services to our residents, yes, and we are not done. We speak of a cleaner Revere, and in 2018, we delivered more than 16,000 new heavy-duty trash carts to every residential property. This is a key element of our plans to address one of the most expansive challenges facing communities everywhere: trash disposal and the fight against rodents. It's a problem that we share with every urban community in the nation and many of our suburban neighbors. And while it's a problem we would prefer to avoid, we have confronted it head-on. Revere is a leader, not only with our trash disposal program, but in retaining professional exterminators to assist property owners in battling rodent activity. We join with every resident and business in this ongoing effort, and I thank those who are fighting for a cleaner Revere and a sustainable city. And I want to remind you that we are not done. Revere provides its residents with a high level of services. And to that end, we have vigorously pursued state and federal grants to help deliver a high quality of life to our residents. Thanks to Revere's partnership with the Baker-Polito administration, Speaker DeLeo, Representative Vincent, and Senator Boncory, Revere received state grants in 2018 that will result in the purchase of new laptops for our police cruisers and other tools necessary to keep our neighborhoods safe. We've received grants that will help protect our coastline, that will help fund our Commission on Disabilities to expand programs to the communities they serve, and will give us the opportunity to completely renovate the Gibson Park playground and ball field. This will be the 6th recreational space that we renovate since 2016. Last March, Governor Baker came to our very own Bagel Bin to deliver the news of a $2 million grant, a MassWorks grant for upgrades to the Shirley Ave district. Our federal delegation, Senators Markey and Warren and Representative Clark, helped Revere become one of the just 4 communities in Massachusetts to receive a U.S. Department of Justice COPS safety grant to fund critical safety measures to prevent violence in our schools. Revere was also awarded a $1.1 million federal grant through the Department of Homeland Security that made it possible to hire 4 new firefighters, assuring that our fire stations are fully staffed and always prepared to respond to situations where every second counts. Every dime awarded to the city of Revere helps improve our city. It makes living here better. And so we thank our federal and state delegations for their partnership and for their efforts on Revere's behalf. I just want everyone to keep in mind the state and federal government doesn't just casually give away grant money. Revere competes with every community in the state or in the country for these grants. They are awarded based on the merit and the quality of the grant application. The grants happen thanks to the dedicated people who work for our city. So thank you to all the staff that help make these grants possible. Our municipal government is comprised of many separate departments that interact with our residents every day, and not just in times of emergency or inconvenience. Our strong city provides great recreational opportunities as well. Our recreation department, which offers year-round programs for people of every age, is a prime example of how city government provides for all of its residents. They host open gyms, run a teen center, organize sports leagues, coordinate field trips, arrange instructional classes for all ages. The list goes on and on. And while the recreation department earns high praise from so many people, one of the most common frustrations that I hear involves the limitations at our recreation center on Beach Street. Our recreation staff does tremendous work, but there's only so much they can do at their current location. That's why tonight I am especially pleased to announce that later this year, we will begin a pilot program using the Garfield School as a true community center, where our residents can enjoy the gym, the swimming pool, and attend classes in a variety of interesting topics. This is one more example of innovative collaboration, and I want to thank Superintendent Dr. Diane Kelly and the school department for their help in making this possible. Thank you. And speaking of our school department, it continues to shine. While the prospect of a new Revere High School is exciting, it is still a few years before the doors will open. Meanwhile, our outstanding teachers, administrators, and staff continue to provide an exceptional foundation for our children. Their efforts produced a Revere High School class of 2018 that sent 340 graduates to higher education. The success in our school district continues this year, when Revere High will graduate its first ever Questbridge Scholarship winners. Over 16,000 students from all across the country apply for Questbridge scholarships. Only about 5% succeed. We have 2 at Revere High School. Julia Tran will attend Dartmouth, and Tran Nguyen will attend Washington and Lee on full 4-year scholarships. Julia and Tran, please stand up. Congratulations. The class of 2019 will also include a pair of Posse Foundation scholarship winners. Posse Foundation aligns a select group of talented students with partner colleges where they can become catalysts for individual and community development. Again, amid intense nationwide competition, Revere High School stands out. Let's give a warm welcome to our Posse Foundation scholarship winner, Siba Ishmael, who will attend Bucknell, and Ibrar Yilmaz, who will attend Bryn Mawr. Meanwhile, over 50 students are enrolled in college courses and earning college credit through the state's dual enrollment partnerships. In addition, more than 100 students participated in internships with local businesses and nonprofit organizations. The quality of our students directly reflects the quality of our teachers. And while every one of them deserves our praise and our appreciation, Revere was uniquely honored when one of our faculty members was named Massachusetts STEM Educator of the Year. The award recognizes one Massachusetts educator who excels in teaching in the field of science, technology, engineering, and math. Erin Cronin teaches advanced placement calculus at Revere High School. In the past 2 years, all of her students have passed the AP Calculus exam. You guys might want to stay standing for this because, no, I'm kidding. Sit down. And while Erin may be a graduate of Saugus High School, she truly is a daughter of RHS, as both her parents also taught at Revere High School. Teachers excel when they place high expectations upon their students. Feature story in the Boston Globe praised Erin and cited the extraordinary success of Revere High School students in AP Calculus, a success rate that surpasses statewide averages by better than 30%. Erin explained it directly. We don't lower our expectations here. Erin said of her students, if I continue to raise the bar, they will continue to rise to meet it. And she added, I hope to make my students proud and to provide them with pride in their city. Erin, you have made your students proud. And you have made our entire city proud. Thank you for the way that you represent the Revere Public Schools and the entire city of Revere. Let's hear it for Erin. Our definition of good government entails transparency in the way that we conduct business, connection to the people that we serve, and constant attention to methods that can make a better Revere. Our march toward modernization will continue in 2019 and beyond. Later this year, we will unveil a new city website that will make it even easier for anyone to do business with our city. When completed, the new website will be a virtual entry into City Hall. And later this year, we will take City Hall into the neighborhoods. We will take our old senior shuttle van, refit it, and turn it into a mobile City Hall, where residents will be able to do everything from pay a bill to get a library card. My fellow residents, tonight Revere stands at the edge of a future where dreams will come true. For decades, we have lamented the lack of a commercial tax base in Revere and the underuse of our magnificent beachfront. Reliable employers such as Wonderland Dog Track and Suffolk Downs closed, but now from the rubble of years gone by, from vacant lots where only memories remain, unprecedented opportunities beckon. We are courting high-tech and advanced manufacturing companies to intriguing parcels of land such as the Necco and Wonderland sites. We will revitalize these areas into active, productive properties that will boost our commercial tax base and provide employment opportunities for all of our residents. We will not stand idly by while surrounding communities flourish. We will not let our city be just a pass-through for neighboring commuters on their way to Boston. For a change, Revere is setting the pace, not lagging behind. 7 hotels are slated to open in Revere over the next few years, with construction underway on a pair of signature hotels on Revere Beach Boulevard. Amenities like full-service restaurants, Starbucks, and other innovative spaces will spark vitality at the Marquis Bridge and on Revere Beach, where visitors and residents alike will be able to enjoy the magnificent view of our ocean. Our vision stretches far beyond the next few years. Just a few weeks ago, we kicked off Next Stop Revere, our collective effort to envision our future and drive our own destiny through comprehensive community-based planning that will serve as a design for Revere's next quarter century. Partnering with the Metropolitan Area Planning Council, we will collaborate with the public and planning experts to chart Revere's future course. We will develop a plan that will drive the kind of economic opportunities that our residents deserve. When we talk about the future of Revere, there is one project that embodies and epitomizes Revere's evolution: the redevelopment of the Suffolk Downs property. 161 acres of pure, unparalleled potential. 40% of it in our city. We have described the development of that land as being transformative for Revere. And while transformative may be the one word that aptly describes what's in store, even that sounds like an understatement. And it is for real. Following more than 2 years of planning, dozens of public meetings, community comment and input, the planned unit development was overwhelmingly approved by our City Council. And later this year, we will witness the early stages of a 15 to 20-year project that will recast land we've always known as horse barns into a lively community. An innovation center and full-service hotel will rise. A new network of roadways and bike trails will connect Beachmont with unique retail, restaurant, and office space. Infrastructure improvements will help ease traffic flow and reduce flooding. And everyone will have the ability to enjoy recreational areas like we have never seen in our city. No longer will we visit energetic, mixed-use neighborhoods like Assembly Row or Market Street and leave with a touch of envy. No longer will we only wish that Revere had the kind of accommodations to attract national and international companies to establish their headquarters in our city. Soon, Revere will have its own. The Suffolk Downs project, upon completion of all phases, is projected to generate $43 million every year in total tax revenue. So much has happened in 3 years. So much is happening, and so much lies ahead for our city. Jaden, that is why it's cool to be the mayor of this great city. The city that we visualize tonight is where you and your friends will grow up. It's where my sons will grow up. And looking ahead, I'm going to borrow Aaron Cronin's phrase. We will not lower expectations here. We are crafting a Revere for the 21st century, and we get right back to work tomorrow morning. We will continue to work with a positive attitude, an attentive ear, and an enlightened vision. We will do so fortified by our belief in the city and its people, motivated by our quest for progress, and determined to guide Revere to its rightful place among the great communities of this Commonwealth. And no one will be left behind. We will build on our traditions, on our values, and do what the people of Revere have always done. Take care of each other. So I say to you and all the residents of Revere, the state of our city, strong and getting stronger. The future of our city, bright and getting brighter. Our commitment to our city, unwavering. We are making a great city greater, and we are not done. Thank you, and God bless the city of Revere.